Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me here today.
I come under duress.
I had a few questions for you if you don't mind answering them.
Sure, I don't mind answering questions.
Alright, well let's start. Where were you born?
I was born in Glasgow, Scotland.
Exciting.
Aikinghead Road.
Aikinghead Road. Aching?
Aikinghead
Like
Road.
aching head?
Yeah,
like a headache.
Aikinghead Road.
And when did you move to Canada?
I moved in 1958.
1958. How old were you?
I was 9 years old.
Did
I
you
just turned 9.
just turned 9? So you flew a plane in the winter?
No, I was only 9. I couldn't fly a plane.
Oh my gosh. Here come the dad jokes. When you got to Canada, did like the kids make fun of your accent?
Yes?
They did?
Yes.
I would think that'd be really cool. It'd be like exotic.
Yes. It was exotic getting beat up in the schoolyard all the time.
How did you meet Mom then?
I was playing a band called Squib. We were playing at the Air Force Club quite a bit, and she came out to hear us one night, and that's how I met her.
Squib. Who named the band Squib?
I did.
Is there a meaning behind it?
Yeah, Squib was a firecracker.
Oh. So if you had $20 when you were 20 years old, what would you go and buy with it? Around there, like 18.
Probably cigarettes.
I thought you were going to say that. What was your favorite record that you remember as a kid?
The Beatles, Twist and Shout.
Nice. I had a Beatles record.
Was it mine?
No, it was a CD.
No, this would be.
It might have been yours.
This was mine.
When you were a kid, did you ever break the law?
Yes.
Do tell.
Halloween, usually in karaoke, we'd all go up by the church there and get all the tomatoes out of the farmers' gardens, and when the cars come up the hill, we'd throw them at them.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Oh my God.
So we got up there and we threw a car coming up, and it was a police cruiser. And we all took running off through the cemetery.
Oh,
This was like at 8 o'clock at night.
Did they catch you?
Didn't catch me because I fell in an open grave.
Oh my gosh, that would have been terrifying. How old were you?
13.
I'd be terrified. I wouldn't go through a grave. Well, you were probably braver than I was as a kid,
I
though.
grew up next to Karaoke Cemetery.
Yeah. You lived on a farm, didn't you?
I lived on a farm, a 40-acre farm in Karaoke.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? 40-acre farm in there. Like, you don't
Yeah.
see that anymore.
There's no stores there, no hardware stores, nothing.
Yeah. And you probably had to walk to school barefoot in the snow, uphill. And...
No. My parents, every winter would buy me a new pair of...
Oh, okay. So you lied to me as a kid.
I liked you when you were a kid, yeah.
One of my favorite memories, actually, I don't even know how old I was, but I don't know if we were playing Magician. I don't even know what the game was, but I had this stick that was a wand, and I'd pretend to like make myself, do you remember that?
Yeah.
I'd pretend to make myself invisible,
Yeah,
and I'd hide under the table, and you'd be like,
Okay.
"Ooh, where's
Where is
Teagan?" And I thought it was so cool. I had to have been really young.
Mom played that too.
But that's probably my earliest memory of anything to do with you. I had to have been young to be convinced that you couldn't actually see me.
Well, I think you were 18.
What would you say surprised you the most about being a father? Like that you didn't expect before being a father?
Well, I was there for all your births. That was kind of unexpected.
So what did you think I would be when I grew up?
Annoying.
Oh, good answer. I think I've accomplished that.
I think you have. In spades.
I told you I wanted to be a police officer and you like shut that down.
Yeah.
You're like, nope. Well, you didn't say it like that, but you like were trying to discourage me from it.
And me both.
That would try to discourage me from it?
Yeah, we didn't want to be a police officer. Dangerous job. He gets killed.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine who was a police officer who was killed on the job.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, John Lowe from Karaoke.
Well, that would explain it then. See, I never knew that.
Yeah, he stopped somebody from speeding, get out of his cruiser, and somebody intentionally swiped him.
Was the person caught?
They drove off, but they did eventually catch
Okay,
him.
good. That's horrible. When you were a kid, what did you think you were going to be when you grew up? Or what did you want to be? A professor at St. Lawrence College?
Never dreamed in my wildest dreams. Never knew where St. Lawrence River was. Never went to St. Lawrence College. I didn't have any aspirations when I was younger. I was too preoccupied having fun and playing like most kids do.
Yeah.
Once I got to high school, I started getting really focused. I was thinking about engineering, electronics, anything with math in it, because I love math.
So you must be who I got it from then.
Yeah, I know.
Then you became a professor at St. Lawrence College.
That was accidental.
It was, yes. And you were there for 40 years? Over 40 years.
42 years, including my sessional job there.
That's crazy.
40 years full time.
They should rename the college after you for your commitment.
I've tried, but in fact, when I went through the job interview, we went through for a shop, a technologist job. In the shop, I got a call from Angus Ross, the chair at the time. He said, Hugh, I'm sorry, but you didn't get the job. I said, oh, thanks very much for the interview anyway. He said, are you interested in teaching? I said, well, I haven't thought about that. Sure, it might be interesting. Why? He said, because I think I have a partial teaching job for you. I said, okay, well, when does it start? He said, Monday. This was like Thursday.
Wow.
I said, sure, why not? Can I come in and get like objectives, tests, books, any classroom resources that might be available? So I studied all weekend, a 4-day stay without even sleeping.
What's your favorite memory from when you were a kid? Whatever age. Like the first memory that pops out that's your favorite.
Playing in the backyard in Scotland, Aikenhead Road, on the top of the air raid shelters.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you lived near those.
Yeah, they were all over the yard. Second World War was only like finished 5 or 6 years before. So kids would break into the air raid shelters. We were told not to, but we'd go in and sometimes find an air raid shelter helmet from Warden, one of them. But there was no arms around like that. It was just...
They still have the air raid shelters up, or they
No,
taken
they
them?
tore them all down. Even the apartments we lived in were torn down and rebuilt by big high-rises. The housing that we were living in was 1840s tenement buildings, and they were pretty dingy, really. Glasgow is a very industrialized city, so that, I mean, buildings were covered in 100 years of grime.
Yeah.
We were in a 2-bedroom apartment with 6 kids, and my parents.
Oh yeah, because Aunt Heather was born in Canada, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So it was pretty small. So we had one room for 6 kids.
Wow.
And there was a
That'd be
hall,
tight.
and there was a bathroom. You go out and you have to go down into the bathroom, which was a public bathroom, but shared with 3 other apartments. It didn't have a bath in it. If you had to go to a bath, you went every Sunday to the public bath.
It'd be so weird.
But I can remember as a kid, my mother put me in, after she finished the washing, she put me into the washing machine to wash up. Then we go to the public baths every couple of weeks. So that was kind of interesting.
So I never met your dad, my granddad, because he passed away before I was born. But what's your fondest memory of him?
I have lots of fond memories of my dad.
No
He
doubt.
was quite the guy. He used to always sit and tell us war stories, all the fun stories when he was in the Navy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He never told us all the bad stories, but he'd sit down with the kids and tell them about the war and when it started and how he enlisted.
Yeah. He had a wife before
Yeah.
Gran, and she passed away from, was it tuberculosis?
And he was at sea. Her name was Jemima.
How old was he when you were born?
He's probably 30 years older than I am, so. My mom was 20, my dad was 12 years old.
Oh, there was a 12-year age gap.
Yeah. I tried to find a wife with a 12-year age gap, and I got Maggie with a 6-year age gap.
Yeah, I thought there were 7 years between you.
My math's not good.
You just said you were good at math. So was there anything that you used to do with your dad, you know, that was kind of special between the two of you? Like, did you go fishing? Was there something else you did? Do you remember? Or was it hard because there were
We go
so many
to Celtic football games with them.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Were they big stadiums back then?
Yeah, they're big stadiums
Yeah.
with Rangers fans and Celtic fans, or whoever other team was visiting Celtic at that time. If it was Celtic and Rangers, you had to watch out because if they ended up in fighting going out of the stadium, you had to exit through separate entrances, and they try to
So
avoid
silly.
getting them in the same bus on the way home. So, yeah, it was bad.
It would be a cool experience though as a kid to watch
Yeah,
that.
it was a cool experience.
What was the most important thing that your dad taught you?
Honesty.
Honesty?
Yes.
That's a good answer. But you said you lied when you said I was your favorite.
That's what I said. Honesty hurts.
Just kidding. So you and Mom have been together then for what is it? I shouldn't be asking you this because now
44
Mom.
years.
How long?
44?
Is it or is it 47? I thought it was 47. What year were you married? You should know.
1974.
Okay, so 47 years in November.
Oh, jeez, this isn't yesterday. I was walking down the aisle.
Do you have any advice on relationships?
Yes.
What?
Always keep your sense of humor.
Always keep your sense of humor.
And if you get angry and a tiff, go back and say you're sorry.
Yeah, that's good advice. Don't go to bed angry.
Yeah, don't go to bed angry.
Yeah, well, that's great advice. What was your favorite thing that you used to do with me as a kid? Like, what did we used to do together that was special?
I'm going to take you to like soccer games, baseball game. Hockey was great.
Yeah, I remember
I like that.
going to a few hockey games, and you and Mom would always come watch me play all my sport games, obviously.
I can still see today looking over the boards at your big sister playing on the ice.
Yeah. So, last question. What is your favorite part about being a dad?
Everything. It's great.
Everything?
Everything. Including the bad times too. Everything about it. It's great. Watching the kids go on. Getting involved in their activities. Watching their successes. Watching their failures. Watching them growing up to adults. Contributing. Watching them playing in bands. Playing sports arenas. Playing soccer. Playing hockey. Playing hooky from school.
All right, well, thanks for joining me again today on this marvelous occasion. And happy Father's Day again.
Oh, thank you.
I hope it's a good one.
Yeah, happy youngest daughter day too.
Thank you.
You are my favorite youngest daughter.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that my entire life. You heard it here, folks. I heard I'm his favorite. That's all I got from that.